The current site now, where we're looking to build, is a Concord motel. So it's not. This is a site that is less than desirable. There's a lot of unwanted activity that's happening there. It's basically a large empty parking space with a motel around it in a kind of a L shape. Salvation Army, we're all about making sure that people have what they need to be stably housed, safely housed, and be stable and live a normal life. And dignity and giving them hope. Our current facility presents tremendous challenges in the way that first of all, it was not purpose-built at all. And I mean, we've been there since 1963. We've done countless renovations. We've literally stopped counting because it's ridiculous. We're not able to provide the services that we want or in the fashion that we want and we need to really do as good a job as we possibly can. The footprint is too small. We've considered, of course, maybe we should stay there and you know, do something different on the same site, but the footprint is much too small. One of the main issues we have is only one access point, and because of the size of the footprint, it's the only way it can be, which is a big issue. We also have nowhere outside for our residents to be outside other than the sidewalk. That's all we have for them. There's nowhere for them to be. So it's not good for them. I'm sure they often feel like animals in the zoo where people drive by and stare at them. It's not good for the neighbors either. It's not good for anybody. So the new building is very much based on few things. First of all, provide dignity and a nice environment for people to feel like they're worth the effort and we care about them. It's also purpose-built, allows us to do the services, to provide the services that are needed in the fashion that they need to be done. It's also, I think, signifies a change, a positive change, and on the street, and like it's a beautiful building.
We think that the model is inconsistent with modern practices, and we don't think it should be built anywhere. It's an institution. It's roughly the size of the Mulford Hospital, and it's being stuck in the little core of a residential neighborhood with a traditional Main Street frontage. So we're not advocating that you put it anywhere. We're not saying not my backyard, put it in someone else's. We're saying that we have to relook at how we offer these services. We have to relook at the model.
This is a model that has been known to be a failed model. It's an outdated model, and so what we've been advocating for is actually let's do the right thing and see this as an opportunity to not only move a shelter from one neighborhood and expand it and move it to another neighborhood, but instead actually introduce alternatives like other cities have done in cities like Toronto, cities like Edmonton, Calgary, cities of similar size that have actually very effectively reduced their chronically homeless population. Dr. Samson Barrows, the originator of the Housing First model, who said that the city of Ottawa does not practice housing first. They have about a 30% success rate using this model of moving people out of chronic homelessness. Housing First has an 80 to 90% success rate. So we know that there's a model that has triple the success rate and is at lower fiscal cost.
I can tell you that as a property owner and a resident of Vanier, I would be more happy with the Concord Hotel staying than I would with a shelter. But my hope for the community and the BIA's hope for the community was that someday this property would be sold and an anchor tenant would develop it properly with a traditional Main Street bent, and we would see a revitalized neighborhood with an anchor tenant there.
Broadly, the services that are going to be offered in the new facility are basically the same what's being offered now. In fact, it's just an expanded version of that, right? And we met with the Salvation Army recently, and they said that if people are using on-site, they're going to be escorting them out into the community, and that's basically where they're going to be using because they can't use on-site. So what this really is just moving what's already on George Street to our neighborhood, expanding it, and it's essentially, with the new architecture, it's basically equivalent to putting lipstick on pig. That's really all that's changing here. The actual model itself and the outcomes are not going to be affected.